Hello everyone, namaste, aloha, greetings. Hope life is treating you good these days, and we also gonna acknowledge that no, life doesn't treat us good and well every single day. There are challenges in life. Life throws some darkness and pain at us at times and causes different emotions and feelings to come up. Let's just also acknowledge that part of life, and that is okay. And we acknowledge the fact that everything is not always perfect, including us and our emotions and ups and downs. However, it is important to ground when we are living in this world that we don't go as much up and down and left and right and given into this absolute chaos of life. So we don't fall apart with these things that are being thrown at us all the time. Well, not all the time, but life certainly does have its challenges. Other people around us, they have different emotions and feelings, and sometimes they're not at their best when we are around them. So what can we do to not been thrown out of alignment? I myself, I find out that these days I am just a little bit shaky. A little bit shaky. Like I give you an example. Today I just saw this video that really triggered me. I saw this video of this like random person that was saying, that was sort of like more of a rant, that is that Tantra is not sex, people, and no, Tantra is a very deep philosophy, and it's not about dark room and oil massage and music or none of that. Tantra is not about sex. So that triggered me in so many different levels, because number one, so I had to, when things trigger us, there's just like a deeper layer that we need to dive in to really find out what is it about this person, the way that he's talking and his message that is triggering me. Where does what he's talking about is scratching me, that I'm getting kind of upset about it. Number one thing that was brought up by this video is that how, generally speaking, that a lot of things in our society is about sex. Everything is sexualized. Our movies, the art, even the healing, like a lot of healers out there, or spiritual work, so-called spiritual work, that are throwing the name of Tantra, and then they're sort of like softly advertising sexuality. I mean, there's nothing wrong with sexuality, don't get me wrong, but it's something that is sacred, to me at least. It's something that is sacred and is between two people. So when they try to use sex and extract it, to put it to where it doesn't belong, to sell something and make more profit out of it, it becomes wrong. To me, it's just wrong. It's okay when, somebody is openly saying like, oh, hello, I'm a prostitute, I charge people for sex, and this is my profession. It's okay, there's no hidden agenda. But when somebody is disguising sex as spirituality, as massage, as art, as movie, as whatever, then it just confuses things. Or as Tantra. This guy is right. Tantra has nothing to do with sex. I mean, yes, even our existence has something to do with sex, but you know what I mean. Tantra is not about sex, sexual acts, or anything like that. Even though sexual encounter with two intimate partner that they are involved in the sacred union can be tantric. Anything can be tantric. Anything can be sacred. But Tantra is not about sex. Sacredness is not about sex. Okay? So I think it just angered me, first of all, that why everything in our society, it has this deception into it. Not everything, but a lot of things. When it comes to profit, making money, making movies, they just butcher every single word, every single word, and every single act. It doesn't matter if it's sacred or not. They just add these like sexual element to it, and then all of a sudden they get the attention of everybody. Oh my God, sex! Yes, that upsets me. It upsets me, and I do admit that I am upset and angry a little bit right now as I'm talking about, as probably you can see it in my energy, and that's okay, because again, I said that I'm gonna be as authentic as possible on the screen and talk about things. So I really don't like about this deceitfulness in our society and using the name sex in order to make profit out of something, or disguise things, or hide behind things. The other thing that really upsets me is about human trafficking. Okay, I'll give you one story. One time I was just walking in one of the alleys, and I just saw this like this sign for like massage therapy, acupuncture, some other names, acupressure, all sorts of like, legitimate healing modality. Fantastic. I just went in, and there was this Chinese woman there that she was not happy when she saw me. The place was really dodgy and felt kind of achy. And then I said like, well, I just wanted acupressure massage. And then she goes like, oh, no, with a really, really broken English. She said, no, the owner is not here, blah, blah, blah. So she sort of like pushed me out of the door. And then after I got out, I was like, wait a second, there's something wrong. There's something wrong there. And after like researching, I found out that a lot of these places, they are trafficking human beings from one country to another. I don't want to name a particular country, but some countries are notorious for doing this, and it's a common thing, and they're making money out of it, and they're selling this behavior, they're hiding under the massage. No, I'm sorry. Tantra is not about sex. Massage is not about sex, even though it can be in sacred places between husband and wife. Okay? But when you are selling sex during, when you're advertising for massage, then you might as well advertise for prostitution openly. openly. Why are you hiding behind these names, Tantra and massage and spiritual healing? Because you're giving a really bad names. So massage is not about sex. So when you are advertising for massage and you're going to offer sex, that's deceitful behavior. So why don't you just go directly and say who you are and what you offer without hiding behind the name massage tantra? And when I say you, I'm not talking to my audience. It's just a you in general and the people that are doing that and are giving these practices a bad name. But this video that I was watching, this guy that was talking about, oh, Tantra is not about oil massage and music and dark rooms. Well, dark room on its own is not about sex. So if we go to a dark room to take a photo, that has nothing to do with sex. If we go listen to a music, that is not about sex. Oil massage is not about sex. Ayurveda is a healing practice and has nothing to do with sex. It's a very sacred, healing, ancient medicine of Ayurveda that has been practiced in India, right? So even if you combine oil massage with music and you dim the light, that still has nothing to do with sex. No, I'm sorry. So why this guy is saying, oh, Tantra is not about sex because it's not about oil massage and dark rooms and music? I don't understand. So everything, so deceit, it makes me upset that something is being sold and disguised under something else. And in our society is notorious for that. Misrepresentation of many things, you know, even in our schools, you know, they talk about education and freedom of speech and true knowledge, yet that knowledge is very much tempered and manipulated and shoved into people's head under education, but a lot of other things they get put in there and sold in there, and including mass manipulations of the minds of people. So when somebody's coming out of a lot of these universities, they're not educated. A lot of them are not educated, they're indoctrinated. And again, this is not for all universities, this is not for all people that are seeking knowledge, but we know, I know, and you know that a lot of people go to universities just to get that degrees and put that degrees on the wall and say, I am educated and you're not. So I'm here and you're here. And all these things in our societies, all these manipulations of definitions and things about true healing, education, you know, that innocence and the sacredness of sacred practices has been taken away from our society. Everything is manipulated and is just related to money. And then there's nothing wrong with money. We say money is energy. Money is coming from the energy of abundance. But when people try to make this money by lying, by deceiving their fellow human being, by misrepresenting education, by misrepresenting healing, by misrepresenting profound philosophies such as Tantra, and add so many different impurity and residues into that, and injecting things in it. You know, during let's say 2019, 2020, and 21, everybody was saying, be safe, We are concerned about your safety. We are concerned about your health. Stay safe. But did they really mean it? Were they truly sure about the safety of this? How much side effect that caused? I don't want to say it, and you know why. How much side effect this caused, and how many people developed autoimmune cancer, myocarditis, and all other complications after that, even death. So that pisses me off. And I am familiar with these manipulative behaviors since I was a child. And my brain was always going, trying to figure out this world of the adults, of manipulations, of disguising things, of selling ideas to other people through manipulations, like selling you something in the name of freedom, in the name of goodness, when it's not about freedom or goodness or health, right? So I'm very much triggered by deceitful and misrepresentation of the truth. So let's just, if you are selling your body, you are somehow selling sex, at least have the courage to be open about it. Let's just not mix Tantra, massage, and things like that with prostitution. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with prostitution, but there's a lot of things wrong with selling massage and selling Tantra and selling spirituality under when you're actually selling sex. Let's just take a deep breath. I need my oil. So I don't know if you have watched my last videos or not. So this was a little bit of a rant. I'm sorry. I do rant sometimes. I'm not always calm. I will make some ASMR, calm meditation videos for you, I promise. And I made sure that my last videos were all calm, done with a soft voice. And my voice is generally soft, even when I get angry, unless if I scream suddenly, which can happen, but hopefully not during these videos. I'm not trying to pretend I'm a saint. No, I'm not. But I'm gonna respect the fact that a lot of people do watch these videos because they want to feel relaxed, including myself. Like, I watch a lot of people that they speak calmly and softly, and I watch them when I go to bed, and I listen to them, but sometimes while they're talking I fall asleep. And I really appreciate when the person maintains that soft voice and keeps on talking, and I go into this deep, peaceful relaxation. One of the people that I love listening to is John Butler. I love this man. He is as old as my dad. My dad, unfortunately, he passed away, but this beautiful person is still alive. My dad was also a very beautiful person. I loved him so much. I still do, and I feel that his soul is always with me. So yeah, so let's get to this sacred oil that I made for myself. It's all made out of organic stuff, so I'll always make sure whatever I put on my face and on my scalp and on my body is doesn't have any toxic material. I do my best to do that. Once in a while, sometimes I like, you know, certain creams and lotions that they smell really good, and I still buy them because of the divine smell, because the smell of them, it sort of relaxes me. Like, I really love the smell of Clarence. Again, I'm not promoting anything in here. I'm simply just sharing with you what I like. At least right now, I'm not promoting anything. I'm not selling anything in here. And this is water. This is not salt water. It's simply water with some orange blossom. Orange blossom, yes. And you can buy orange blossom water from some health stores, hopefully. I love the smell of it. It's really rejuvenating. So I did my rant. I don't agree with human trafficking, especially the human trafficking of children. I think it's really ugly. And usually, so this is not about a woman that wants to willingly sell their body. No. They get imported from different countries, blackmailed, and promised that if they do this and this, they will eventually get their residency and they get their visa. Otherwise, they're gonna be reported to the government and shipped back to the original country. And these women are, they're not working under good conditions, they're not getting paid properly, and they have to endure a lot of abuse. So now, a lot of people say, like, well, why these people get into this type of work? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not familiar with what happens to these women. But a lot of times when they are stolen since their childhood, or somehow because of poverty, they're being promised certain things, and God knows what is happening. So I certainly don't want to judge these women at all, but what those people that are trying to do business with these women, I don't, especially when there are kids involved, I have big time issue with that, yes. So please do write your comments and opinions about this. Please, again, if you're writing, be respectful, because we want to be respectful. It's okay to be upset as long as we stay civil and respectful on this channel, because that is really important. There's nothing wrong if your opinion is against mine. That's totally fine. You know, people are welcome to express their opinions. It's totally okay. But at the same time, we need to stay respectful, because everybody has the right to express their own opinion, as long as it's respectful and is not hurting anybody, and it definitely is not promoting child prostitution. No, that's just wrong, plain wrong. Yeah, these things, they make me really upset. Using other human beings to make money, using and abusing people, it's really sad. It's really sad. And why do we have to do that in our societies? I don't understand. But one of the other things that really gets me is that when you're watching a movie, and during the movie they're constantly promoting smoking. How? Just like beautiful, gorgeous woman or a man, handsome man, he just keeps on, lighting one cigarette after another. What is that? It gives the message that attractive, good-looking, handsome people smoke. It's subliminal messages. They don't tell you this directly, but they insinuate that over and over and over and over. And then drinking. It's cool, you know. A beautiful woman is done, makeup perfect, hair perfect, and she's also intelligent on top of that. And she goes to this, you know, she's in her, you know, beautiful nightgown or a gown or whatever, and she fills up this like beautiful glass of champagne, and she just, right? It's advertisement. It's promoting drinking and promoting as something beautiful and cool and attractive and high class. And we know there's nothing high class or attractive about alcohol. People that they overdrink, they lose their look, they behave in a manner that it's not in sync with their innate character and worth, and they lose themselves, and many people can become addicted to these drugs. You know, instead of dealing with our pain, we just suppress it with alcohol, and on top of that we wear this mask that, oh, because I'm doing this or because I'm doing this, I am cool. And we know where the cool gonna take you. Yes. So taking a deep breath, we acknowledge that in our society there are a lot of wrong things. You know, selling toxic drugs, selling cigarettes, promoting cigarettes and drugs in however way or shape is wrong. And unfortunately, we don't have a very strong community in North America, just of any kind. The connection between people is somehow severed, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that's purposely done to separate people. And when we are living in communities like that, when the support is very low, when the family bond is scattered and non-existent, and when the social support and financial support of people, and then on top of that we are dealing with inflations, all these problems are just coming together and stressing people out, and then there's no support. So it's very easy, not everybody gonna get addicted, but it's easy for people who have addictive tendencies to find refuge in drugs and alcohol and porn and sex, right? So we have to find a way to provide that safe space again. Safe space is really important. I mean real safety, not the safety, the kind of safety that they were talking about during the 19. You know what 19 I'm talking about. So I take a deep breath and I sigh and exhale to exhale this unsettling energy out of me, because even though that frustration keeps on rising as I'm talking, and I'm not going to shove it down and suppress these things that are talking about, I am creating this channel to talk about the things that are important to me, and hopefully I'm going to attract people to hear that they're somehow sharing the same values. So maybe we can gather all the dreamers and the changers, you know, and the fighters in a good way, not those people that are participating in those nonsensical, stupid wars of killing their fellow human being. No. That's not. I'm not talking about those kind of fighters. Fighting for justice, freedom, in a conscious way. So our fight is not wrestling or physical. Our fight is energetic And a lot of times, through voicing our opinion, voicing our ideas, expressing ourselves with talks, writing, dancing, healing, art, all of these are sometimes can be a way of fighting for justice, right? So we're not talking about actual physical fight, but this is an energetic fight mostly. So again, I invite you to ground yourself during these unsettling, shaky times. Again, I acknowledge that there's inflation. There are a lot of people are dealing with lots and lots of mental illnesses. People are dealing with griefs because we have lost a lot of people to fentanyl, new forms of cancer, heart problems, and neurodegenerative diseases, and some people have been taking their lives. So we have to be kind people. We don't know, again, it might sound like cliche, but we don't know what our other fellow human beings are dealing with. Be kind, be courteous. People, please, please, when you're walking, when you're driving, try your best not to cut each other off. That's very disrespectful and rude. Please drive and walk with awareness. Try to be kind. Try to give your fellow human beings kind eyes, smile, a helping hands, a listening ear. Listening is really important. So when somebody's talking, let's just not interrupt them and fully listen to them from the heart. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking the time and staying with me till the end of this video. I would love to hear from you. I send you lots of love and appreciation and gratitude. And I wish the best for all of us. Wish a lot of healing and restoration for every single one of us, and for our society as a whole, and for our whole world beyond the borders. For all races, for all human beings and animals, and all beings. Namaste. Namaste, people. May the divine, whatever divine means to you, be with you at all times and guide you. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. Live and walk with respect. Namaste. Thank you.